There we go. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Hello, YouTube. My name is Jerry Renee, and today we're going to be talking about a certain touchy subject, especially for me. Fictional Caucasian book characters versus their actors in the movies, specifically colored actors. Now, for those of you that don't know, there's a new Harry Potter movie coming out, and Hermione is now black. And there's been a lot of controversy, especially I got on my Facebook today, and there's this saying like, oh, the movie's gonna suck because Hermione's black. Because of that, and because of other things I've seen, and because of even my reaction until I was informed that there was nothing to confirm that she was white or black, even I reacted in a horrible way, and I honestly regret it. So we're going to discuss that. Now, as you can see by the cover, I have two infamous cases of Caucasian characters becoming African American in the movies. Now, here's the thing. Grover was confirmed to actually be Caucasian when the character profile books were released. Or at least this special edition book was released. However, Hermione, which is the new subject nowadays, was actually never confirmed to be white or black. Now, the only trait that really was described about her in the books was that she had tight, curly hair. Yeah. So it's not necessarily our job to judge what was never confirmed in the books. Remember, at least these directors, if they did look at the books, they had no source to go off of. So they tried, but then they also went, okay, so we're going to make this an African American character. And they may or may not have seen the old movies, but that's not the source. That's not the original source. The original source is by J.K. Rowling and her books on the Harry Potter series. And even the source, J.K. Rowling, the creator of Hermione herself, said that she doesn't mind having an African American Hermione. In fact, she actually loves the character, and can you blame her? Honestly, looking at some of the fan art, I actually kind of like young black Hermione. Even if they didn't know, some of this fan art is actually what I've seen, not necessarily what I'm putting up right now, but from what I've seen, some of this fan art actually was before this new movie was announced. And really, the interesting thing is, I actually find Black Hermione to be quite adorable with this fan art. And really, if we had not just her daughter, but instead we had a Black Hermione in the old movies, I wouldn't have minded. Furthermore, I see Black Hermione as a bit of an allegory, especially, think about it, Hermione was a Muggle blood, and she faced racism for being a Muggle-born child who was learning wizardry. She had no wizardry in her blood whatsoever, and she had to work especially hard to prove that just because she herself was not a wizard didn't mean she couldn't do things. And if you look at African American history, we had to work especially hard to prove that we were human beings. Even after the Civil War, where we were free from slavery, there was still a bunch of racism in America. And while the books originate from, correct me if I'm wrong, Great Britain, because that's where the author's from, it's still a pretty cool allegory for Hermione to be African American. I don't mean to say this to be racist myself. That's not the point of this video. I'm just saying that J.K. Rowling doesn't mind. In fact, she loves the new Hermione, and honestly, I have to agree with her, and I have to be quite thankful that she took a stand for her character. Thank you, J.K. Rowling, for being A-okay with Hermione being black, and telling people that you yourself wrote in the books, frizzy hair, brown eyes, very clever. And you yourself confirmed that her race was never specified. It takes a lot to face that kind of hate, especially when you make such a popular series, and coming from someone that actually hasn't even really made that many popular things, but still as a creator, I gotta say that that's pretty high and mighty for J.K. Rowling to do. This isn't the end of my argument, though. So, here's my last argument for the day. How many of you have seen Gone for the Wind? For those of you that raise your hands, then you know the character, if I am correct about her name, Mammy. The woman that played that character was the first ever African American to win an Oscar. But she played a stereotypically black... She played a black stereotype. Sorry, I'm just struggling a bit. Yeah. And the reason why this is my last argument for the day is because I want you guys to consider this. That was the first ever African American Oscar where an African American played a stereotype of her own race just to get that Oscar. Or even just to get that job. Think about how far we have come as a society that Hermione Granger can be played by an African American that isn't trying to fill out a stereotype versus... And yeah, Hermione was played by a white character. I'm not saying that if Hermione in the books was actually confirmed with a race as Caucasian, that we should have a black actor. That's not my point. I'm not saying that racial diversity should go above canon, even though really it should from a moral standpoint. Because I honestly, while I prefer canon over racial diversity, which it's because it can portray, sometimes race plays a huge role in the part. But Hermione was never confirmed to be white. So, let's just be happy that the film industry has gone this far from Mammy and Gone with the Wind winning an Oscar because she was playing a stereotype to now an African American woman being able to play one of the most beloved characters of all time. I hope you guys enjoyed my little rant. Sorry that this is what you guys had to come to my channel for. Usually I don't reply to harassment directly on social media, but this has honestly just been pestering my nerves for a while. Yeah. Hope you all have a good day and peace.